helps you kind of explain what each thing is, like the comment of
So our game is an open world game, kind of, and you're trying to get 3 keys.
Yeah, some people have it where the comments.
So this room, this guy's gonna ask you a question, and if you answer wrong,
you can explain it, it shows me that you know it, so that's fine. Yeah. Thanks.
Then you have to answer again. But if you answer right, then the key appears. The little guy, you can move directions, but then you can also shoot the boomerang and it'll kill the enemies. These crows are just moving left and right. If you touch them, you're gonna die.
We're not gonna experiment with that.
Yeah, we're gonna complete this. And all the keys, they only appear once, so go back in that room, Isaac. So they're not gonna show up again if you go back there. So once you have 3 keys, you go.
Here's one of the game-breaking bugs.
Yes, there are some bugs that kind of break it, so.
We're stuck.
So you have 3 keys. You go to the castle and trigger the boss. So you need to hit the boss, and then the health bar will go down. And he's just gliding to random positions right now. The things are gliding toward it. Now he's below 50 health and is gliding towards you. And then you kill him, and then it's death animation, and you win.
So for this part moves the character. It starts at this point up in the top left corner, and then if it's ever touching the colors, which is the color of the walls, then it will move backwards, so that way you can't go through the walls. Then each one of these is when each arrow key is pressed to move. All these types of codes make you die whenever you touch an enemy. This piece of code allows you to collect the keys, and then these all switch to the different backdrops or the different stages in the level. And this is the boomerang, and this code allows the boomerang to move all the way across the screen and then move back and become invisible on the same spot as the wizard, so it gives the appearance of throwing it. This part rotates it, and this tells it to hide and stay with the wizard until you press one of the keys. This is one of the enemies, and it moves in random directions constantly. It'll move in one direction for a certain amount and then turn in another direction and move again. This code tells the enemy to die basically whenever the boomerang touches it.
This determines where the trees are going to be on each backdrop, so it'll change from backdrop to backdrop. Here's the keys. So each key has its own set of variables. So if you collect the key, one of the keys on, let's say, the right area, it'll change that variable by 1. So when you go back to that place, it'll only show up once if you already collected the key. This is the castle. So once it'll be closed if you don't have 3 keys, but once you do get 3 keys, it'll switch to the open, and then you'll be able to go to the boss stage. This is just a guy who asks you a simple question to get a key. The crab is bouncing back and forth to the screen, so once it reaches these positions, it'll change direction and just bounce back.
So this is the boss, and basically it'll show up when you go to the boss battle screen, and then every time it gets hit by the boomerang, the HP will go down by 1, but since the boomerang is touching it for a small period of time, it generally goes down by about 10. The boss has 100 HP in total, so when it gets down below 50, or when it's between 50 and 100, it'll move to random position, and when the HP goes below 50, it'll go to your position. And then this is telling, like, when the HP goes below 0 to die, and then it does this animation which basically hides everything and shows the win screen. This is the HP bar. So basically, each one of these is a different costume for when it's at a different point. So every 10 HP, it has a different, like, it shows a different length. And then here's the gift that the boss throws. It'll kill you if it hits you, but it's constantly turning 108 degrees to give the appearance of spinning. And then this is telling it to always stay hidden and at the same position of the boss, similar to the boomerang with the wizard, until the boss starts throwing them.
So that's it.